everyone, welcome back. I thought I would kind of walk through my plotter Bible Narrow setup with you. Um, this is my first Bible Narrow, and you guys know I have actually used plotter throughout this year, and it is mostly just the Bible size, which is your personal size. Now, what's the difference between a Bible Narrow and, say, the Bible? It's essentially um, here's a Bible insert. So it's essentially this part is gone. So you're short the rings, the punch, the whole part, and then the holes would just come down. So it's about half an inch or less than a half an inch, about 0.25 of an inch difference in size width wise. The height is the same, it's just the width is a little bit more narrow. Um, so this is a Bible narrow insert, and this is the Bible regular. So you can see that it's about that much in terms of difference. Now, why would I prefer a narrow over a regular personal? No specific reason. I just like the look of the narrow. I like the compact of it. It's almost the size of, say, the weeks where I feel it's definitely a lot more compact. My hands are really small, so I think they kind of sit quite nicely. And here's what a Bible regular looks like. So it is about that. So it's just less wide, same height and everything else. I thought I already set this up, but I wanted to kind of walk through it with you. And then I'll also want to show you the inserts that I actually had purchased for the narrow until I found the inserts that I actually want to use. And I'm going to show you um, that in a second. But you can definitely get the plotter narrow inserts from plotter. You have the weekly schedule, and then you also have a monthly schedule. I actually have two weeklies, and here's the monthly. And this is just standard week on 2 pages. Um, it's nothing, it's the same every year. There's no other options. It's just one monthly view of it. And it's your classic month on 2 pages. And that's pretty much it. So, insert wise, when it comes to narrow, it's pretty limited. I myself love month on 2 pages. I That's what I look for. I can't do those month on 1 page, and then you have like a little, area where you can just write everything down on the bottom. It's too small for me. And then their standard weekly is like a hobonichi layout. Um, and they only have one style of insert. So if you don't plan this way, you may not like this. So it's your dates, and then it's horizontal across, and then there's blank here. There is a specific way that they recommend you to use, like there's time blocks. So there's always, good thing about Japanese inserts is that they always give you an example how it's used. So you'll notice that the time is going across versus it going down. So they do this type of time block, and it's like 9 to 10:30, say inspection, so they block it this way. I can't work that way. So I just write across, I just list my appointments by time across that way. So there's definitely an example. If you really want to use it to the way Plotter had designed this insert, you can definitely look at this example in the back. Like I said, there's only this layout. There's no other layout. You can actually print your own inserts, but with the narrow, you would have to adjust the inserts, and I don't know what the print size would be without shrinking the height as well, because the height is the same as the personal, it's just the width is not. So You'll have to play around with the settings if you're printing on an existing, um, like an existing insert that you like. But there's not a lot of plotter narrow inserts available for printables, but there's definitely some, and I think you can actually go on Etsy and you'll find some. You'll see that the holes are really small, and my other recommendation is to actually get a hole punch that is this small. Then you really don't have to go back and cut the inside so that the insert would flip comfortably. So those are some of the inserts that I got. This is actually the weekly, and I will put that aside because I actually had set that up until I found a different insert that I wanted to use. These are some sticker release paper that I cut down, and I just kept them in here. I don't need to show you that. Book bands and page lifter. I got this from Amazon Japan, and it is from the brand Knox, Knox. So if you go on Amazon Japan and look for Knox Bible Narrow, you will come up with not a whole lot, but enough accessories for your narrow. And this is one of the book bands that I wanted, and I have one in here. So the only difference is that one's brown and one's gray, and I decided to go with the brown one. And then from Plotter, see, I actually get two of these inserts. From Plotter, you also have a lot of other narrow inserts. So you have the dot grid as well as the project manager, which I actually want to put in here for my narrow. So this is just plain dot grid writing paper. And it doesn't come loose, it comes binded, slightly binded. And the whole intention is really for you to actually rip a page for you to use. And you can fit up all this whole thing in this whole planner without anything else. So the whole idea is this whole book fits into one of these binders without the monthlies or the weekly if you want to set it up as a notebook. So if you have a narrow and it's not your main planner, or you don't plan on writing agendas or anything of that such in here, then you want to use it more like a notebook, then you can just have the binder and then put this in there and it fits comfortably. And it's probably the same with like the project manager. So if you're using more of a project planner, then you would do a project manager and probably one of these dot grids or lined or grid inserts, and you can put it in there. I'm using this as a planner, so I will just have a few pages of loose paper for me to actually put in the back for notes and stuff. So I went on a hunt because I am not satisfied with the standard weekly inserts that Plotter had, because you know us, we get a little bit bored. So I was determined to see what is available. So I went on Amazon Japan and I Googled Knox, not Google, but Amazon search Knox Bible Narrow, and they came up with not a lot, but a few more inserts. So this is one of them, and I bought them all, of course. This is one of them. So you have your monthly. So this is a month on 2 pages, and very similar to the Plotter one. And the difference is that this is a square corner and not a rounded corner like Plotter. So you can easily just get a corner rounder and round them. So you have your calendar overview, you have this year overview, and then it's the same. It is a month on 2 pages. So there's nothing revolutionary when it comes to the monthlies. It's just a different, um, slightly different layout. So you can see this is the monthly, and this has more Japanese because Knox is Japanese, and it's just slightly different that way. So I then went and looked for weeklies, and there are a couple of weeklies. And here is one of the weeklies. This is the weekly vertical, and it looks like this. So you can see it is different than the horizontal. So it is timed from 6 to 24, which is 6 to 12, like midnight. And if you write small enough, you could easily write all your appointments all the way down, and you like the time blocking. This is really great. Like, I personally love this. I just don't think I could write small enough to actually utilize the squares or the boxes really well. So I love how this has like the daily to do across, and then you have all your timed down the bottom, and then your weekends are kind of like from 6 to 24, but it's like shrunk down. So you have the weekends on one column. So I really enjoyed this. And that's probably one of the reason why I got it. And then I realized I could not write this small. But then I'll also tell you another reason why I chose another in layout. But this is definitely an option, which I think is fantastic. And the one that I chose was the classic vertical, which is no classic horizontal. And the reason why I chose this is because it has your monthly and then your weeklies. So if you look at January, this has been set it up as your month on 2 pages. This is slightly different because remember the monthly was all the way across here. We didn't have this side tab, but you have this whole set was a monthly, and then it goes into your weeklies, which is your horizontal. And I like sectioning off all my January, all my February, all my March. So I chose to use this one. As tempted as I wanted to use this insert, I just like how this actually works. I could easily probably interchange it, but I'm kind of committed to this at the moment. And I put all my tabs down. Well, I'll have to kind of play around because I could probably marry this with that without sectioning all month and then all weeks. I'm going to see if I can just kind of put it in there. Not really, because this is continuous. So anyway, that's so in terms of my 2025 narrow, I have this black one, and I put this clip there. I may take it off, which is the superior labor clip. I did put a patch here. It is a Moomin patch. It's a little fuzzy. It's cute. And I got this off Amazon Japan. And here I actually have one of these plastic folders, and this basically just hugs the rings, so it doesn't add any bulk to the rings. It just kind of sits over the rings like this. I use it to put my business cards in there, and then I also have some stickers. You can actually put, I've seen pens and sticky notes and stuff, so it's always good to have. So when I travel, I can easily just add my receipts for my expenses. And I have this calendar. This is a calendar from Knox as well that I got. I like this because it's small Albe PVC plastic, has like a tab here, gives you the nice overview of 2025 and then 2026. And this just kind of slides right in. It's very sturdy. Again, I got this off Amazon Japan. And then I got this perpetual calendar, like a fold out, which I saw from the Daily Row. If you don't follow her, she is like the narrow queen. And um, she has great inspiration on her narrow. And she actually got this off Knox Japan on Amazon Japan. So I found this on Amazon Japan as well. I went ahead and white out all the Japanese holidays that was there. So I can actually put my own holidays or however way I want to use this. And you have 2026 here. I printed this out or I made this on Canva. It's available on my website. It's a free download. And I just have all the holidays. And I will say it was not fun putting little dates and stuff on a narrow. It's very narrow. So I did that. And then it goes into my weekly. And what I did like about this is that it actually starts in December. And I could actually start using this in December. So I have all the holidays here that I just want as a glance that I have there. And then I have my monthly, which is December. So I have already set that up. So I'm going to write birthdays, bills, dues, special events, all that fun stuff. And then it goes into my weekly. And what I did like about this particular insert was that because December starts on a Sunday, like December 1st starts on a Sunday, you have this whole thing as empty and then you have your Sunday. So it's a good or a bad thing. It's up to you. You could decorate this, you could write it down however way you want to do. And then you have the full week of December over here. And they do it every month. Like see December 31st, and then these are not dated. And then you go straight into January, and then you don't have the December dates here. You just have your January date starting on the 1st. I actually kind of like it. I was telling a friend that I could actually just do some stickers, some quotes, whatnot on those empty boxes. And it happens with every month. So I like that it is a month and then the week. And it goes all the way to December. So I can actually fit the entire year in here comfortably. And I have my page lifter and then some sticker release paper here. I am probably going to replace this with, say, the project manager in the back and some notes pages. And that's pretty much my narrow. I did go in and corner rounded all my Knox inserts with a corner rounder, and it is a basic corner rounder. I'm gonna show you the corner rounder that I use. It is this particular one. I think you can get this off Amazon. It's Kodomaru Pro, and there is like a large, medium, and small. I'm pretty sure if you're a stationery lover or a crafter or a planner girl person, you have this. It is probably one of the best ones. It's small, medium, and large. I actually use the medium side to actually round the corners, and I just rounded all the corners. I haven't had to print any inserts yet, but like I said, if you were to print inserts, I would go and look for this particular hole puncher because the hole punch here is small. So it is that small hole that plotter has, and it is not as deep as your regular, say, Rasco hole punch. So I would get this hole puncher. I think you may get it on Amazon US, but I definitely got this off Amazon Japan. And it is the 4mm organizer I don't know. This is what it looks like. Um, I did buy a whole bunch of them until I figured out this was the right one. But this is great. I highly recommend this. And you know, has all the sizes. You can print. You can punch A6 Personal Pocket Mini, Mini 5, A5. So they're all here. Um, anyway, so these are my plotter recommendation, and this is my plotter setup. Obviously, these stickers from TCMC, I'm not probably going to stay there all the time, but I just have them right now because I was setting it up. But yeah, this would be my plotter for 2025, my plotter narrow. And I am going to add my project manager and my dot grid. And the other insert that I wanted, I've got to see if I could find it, that I have in the Bible size is a wall map. And I kind of want to add this to my narrow. So I'm going to see if I could find one that is narrow. The reason being is that I like to track. This is South America. I'm going to say this. I want to be able to see where I ship to and countries that I have actually shipped to. So that's the reason why I bought this originally for my Bible. So I may see if they have this in a narrow, and then I'm going to put it in here. So anyway, that's pretty much all I have for my narrow. I love it. If you don't have a narrow, I highly recommend you try it. I think it is such a fun planner, honestly. It's so cute. It's so compact, and I personally, I absolutely love it, and I can't wait till December so I can actually start writing in it. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this video, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.